We got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent, and, we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot-around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrating our new parts, but he's definitely priority number one.
I think Luka needs to be the guy that controls the offense.
When Luka Doncic was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, it was supposed to be legendary, a dream duo that could redefine the game. With two world-class playmakers on one team, excitement skyrocketed. But now, a big question hangs in the air. Who's really running the Lakers' offense? Head coach J.J. Redick didn't hesitate. He named Luka the floor general, the one to steer the ship. But that choice naturally raises eyebrows. Does this mean LeBron James, one of the most commanding, ball-dominant players in basketball history, is stepping back? If there's one thing we know about LeBron, it's that giving up control isn't part of his playbook. And now a debate is raging. Is this a graceful passing of the torch, or a quiet tug-of-war unfolding before our eyes? Fans and analysts are lighting up social media with hot takes. On one side, Team Luka insists that LeBron is stifling Doncic's game and won't let go of the reins. On the other, Team LeBron argues that the king is doing the heavy lifting while Luka finds his footing in the Lakers system. The conversation is heating up, from viral tweets, or X posts if we're being official, to non-stop sports talk threads. Some believe Luka's slow start has more to do with adjusting to a new environment than any on-court power struggle. Some fans aren't buying the idea of a power struggle at all. Instead, they believe Luka just isn't quite himself. Yet one supporter came to LeBron's defense, firing back at the critics who blame him for Luka's slow start. He pointed out Luka's rough shooting night, just 5 for 18 with 6 turnovers, and argued that LeBron's leadership is the only thing keeping the Lakers steady while Luka works through the slump. And the numbers back that up. Luka clearly isn't in top form, but rather than hogging the spotlight, some fans believe LeBron is actually guiding him into the offense at a comfortable pace, not taking over out of ego. Even Luka has been open about the process. He recently admitted that the chemistry between him and LeBron is getting better with every game. And LeBron? He's made it crystal clear. Luka is the Lakers' main focus. According to LeBron himself, he's not here to dominate. He's here to support Luka and help him take charge when he's ready.
Last one for you. What's important as you move forward here now, reintegrating Luka starting in the next game?
It's not just next game. It's going to be a process for us for the rest of the season, obviously, as we continue to learn, what we want to do offensively, defensively, our system, our calls, our cadence. And then we got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent, and we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot-around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrating our new parts. But he's definitely priority number one.
So if you ask Team LeBron, there's no drama, no ego battles, no turf wars, just a seasoned superstar helping a new teammate get comfortable in a new system. But not everyone is convinced. Critics from the other side of the fan base think that's just spin. They argue LeBron isn't helping, he's holding Luka back. According to them, Luka has been shoved into a supporting role, far from the offensive leader he was in Dallas, and with LeBron still commanding the ball, they believe Luka's full. Potential is being stifled. Still, another fan chimed in with an interesting stat-based take. LeBron might be stepping back more than people realize. In fact, Luka has had more on-ball time this season than LeBron, at least according to the numbers. So what gives? This fan suggests that even though Luka isn't dominating possession like he used to, he's still putting up solid numbers. The catch? He's not playing his game. Instead, he's adjusting to a system that revolves more around LeBron's style than his own. That said, not all the feedback is negative. Some fans have pointed out moments where Luka and LeBron actually click, stretches of play where their chemistry shows flashes of something special, hinting at what this pairing could become once everything truly clicks.
To fit out with this team.
I mean, it's like I said before, it's special. For him to say something like that, just feels amazing, give him confidence. And after that speech, it was chills. So I was just happy to be part of it.
Even Luka himself recognized the respect LeBron showed him, and it spoke volumes. In a moment that didn't go unnoticed, LeBron allowed Luka to be introduced last during the Lakers' starting lineup, a spot traditionally reserved for the team's biggest star. It was more than a simple gesture. It was a symbolic nod of trust and recognition. Luka later shared that LeBron had even texted him ahead of time to let him know about the change. It wasn't just a surprise. It was a deliberate act of leadership. For Luka, it was a meaningful welcome and a clear message. This is your team too.
He texted me in the morning. He said, "Whatever you want," and I said, "For him to text me that is just amazing." So shows what kind of person he is, and he let me have my moment. So I really appreciate it.
So is LeBron really holding Luka back, or are we just witnessing the natural growing pains of two ball-dominant superstars figuring out how to share the spotlight? This isn't just about Luka versus LeBron. It's about power. Who sets the tempo? Who takes charge in the clutch? Who gets the final shot? Right now, the answers are still unclear. But one thing's certain, the debate isn't slowing down anytime soon. LeBron James has built his legacy as one of the greatest playmakers the NBA has ever seen. His ability to control the game, from pacing the offense to making split-second decisions, has made him the engine behind every team he's led. And let's be honest, LeBron has always been the guy with the ball in his hands when it matters most. He's earned that status, with 4 championships and a resume stacked. With dominant performances, but with Luka Doncic now in purple and gold, a new question emerges. Can LeBron truly step aside? Some fans aren't convinced. They argue Luka is already being pushed into a smaller role, not unlike what happened with Kevin Love in Cleveland. A star player forced to adjust instead of being empowered. So, are we watching the rise of a new dynamic duo? Or is history repeating itself with LeBron once again at the center of everything? The answer might shape the Lakers' entire season and define how this superstar partnership is remembered. Fans are starting to draw familiar comparisons, and not the flattering kind. Some are pointing to past stars like Kevin Love in Cleveland and Chris Bosh in Miami, elite players who had to shrink their roles to fit into LeBron's system. And now they fear Luka is heading down that same path. One fan didn't hold back, claiming Luka is being reduced to a glorified role player, just like Love was, and warned that if things don't change, the end result will be the same: more losses and mounting frustration. The criticism doesn't stop there. Another fan called out LeBron's offensive mindset, saying he's still playing like the Lakers' offense belongs to him, refusing to let Luka take control the way he did in Dallas. To them, watching LeBron dominate every possession is starting to feel less like leadership and more like control. The concern is clear. Some believe LeBron is stifling Luka's full potential by keeping him off the ball and forcing him into a role that doesn't suit his natural game. And as one fan bluntly put it, if this keeps up, we may never get to see the best version of Luka Doncic in a Lakers jersey. Some fans worry we'll never see that Luka again, the Dallas Luka, the MVP caliber version, as long as LeBron keeps controlling the offense. They argue it's holding Luka back from reaching his full potential, and then there's the harshest take yet. One fan summed it up bluntly, saying that even at 40, LeBron still forces elite offensive players into secondary roles, turning stars into role players just to keep his system intact. But is that really the case? While the criticism is loud, the stats offer another angle. One fan broke down a recent game and revealed that LeBron actually wasn't the primary ball handler. Luka had more touches and ran more possessions. In fact, game data shows LeBron has been playing more off the ball than most people realize. Another fan chimed in with an even deeper stat. Luka's current usage rate is higher than LeBron's was at his peak. That's no small detail. It means Luka is technically leading the offense more than LeBron ever did during his prime. So if Luka has the ball more and the stats support that, what's the real issue? It might not just be about who's holding the ball, it's about how they're playing. The real question is Luka being empowered to play his true game, or is he simply a high-usage piece within LeBron's structure? And here's the bigger, more important question: does LeBron still elevate the stars around him, or is his presence unintentionally keeping them from shining the way they should? This conversation isn't just about who brings the ball up the court, it's about something deeper. Does LeBron's presence actually elevate Luka Doncic, or does it force him into a role that limits his true impact? Because if history has taught us anything, it's this: when you play alongside LeBron James, you adapt to his system, not the other way around. Kevin Love had to abandon his dominant postgame and become a catch-and-shoot specialist. Chris Bosh transformed his entire style just to stay effective next to LeBron. Now all eyes are on Luka. Is he next? Will the Luka we saw in Dallas, the offensive engine who dominated every possession, still exist in purple and gold? Or is he slowly being molded into another star asked to fit into LeBron's world? At some point, the Lakers will have to make a decision. Either LeBron fully embraces a true secondary playmaker role, or Luka will need to adjust, playing off the ball in ways he's never done before. But time is ticking. The season isn't slowing down, and the chemistry clock is running out. And the big question still looms large. Is LeBron finally ready to step aside? Or is it still the Kings' way or no way? For years, we've heard it said, LeBron James makes everyone around him better. Now, we're about to find out if that still holds true with Luka Doncic by his side.